Hey everybody, we're going to jump into a best of 3 Throne of Eldraine draft today. My throat's a little rough for some celebratory concert screaming over the weekend and having a good time at that, but that's what my rough throat is about a little bit. I am happy to be here today, though, to jump into this draft. And before we do, though, I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. If you check out the affiliate link down below in my panels and click it, you will go to a place called Card Kingdom. It is a magical land, literally, full of magic stuff. And anything you need for your paper game, they've got it at cardkingdom.com. And if you put an order from there through my affiliate link, that's a great way to help support this broadcast here. And you won't be disappointed with the results because they really stand by their system, and if you put an order with them, they're going to deliver what you expect, and if they don't, they make it right. And also, they give back. I'm in the middle of a charity tournament right now, and if you want to help out, you can check the I'll put a charity link in for chat, and also for those of you watching on YouTube, there's a link in the notes. And you can help support the wonderful cause of Serious Fun Children's Network. And we're going to be battling on the Card Kingdom stream on Sunday, the 27th, yeah, something like that. Anyway, let's jump into this best of 3, see how it goes. And thank you, Card Kingdom, for all your support. I appreciate it. Hey, I have an idea. Hey guys, I have an idea. Hey, Medium. Doing all right? Well, red's not the strongest in the format or anything, but we're sure going to try and play this Embercleave. Maybe we'll wheel the Trebuchet, which is a fine card. A lot of good cards here. Trail of Breadcrumbs is a great build around. Savvy Hunter, excellent in the black-green food deck. Reeve Soul, solid removal. Better than solid. Solid plus removal. Love me a Tome Raider, and Outflank has been good in the white decks, but yeah, we're going to snap the Cleave. And then figure out where we're going with it. Really want to try and play it, but also, we'll try and listen. We can let an Embercleave go if the bots are just telling us, no, you're not red, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to move in on dwarves or anything. Bell of the Brawl is interesting. My eye, of course, goes to the old Bognaughty. Bognaughty is like the best card here, but Bell might actually go better with Embercleave. What else is going on here? Wicked Guardian. Maybe there's a red-white aggro, but you don't even need to like be aggro per se. You just need to cast this and equip it. You want the green Paladin for this? I think we might wheel this. I think I want to take one of these two. But maybe we do. Maybe, you know what? Without the Embercleave, I straight up take the Bognaughty, but I think I am going to take Bell of the Brawl here, and going to give it... Maybe Wujo thinks this is marrying the first pick a little bit, but I do want to... This is so powerful, I want to lean into it a little bit, and we'll take Bell and look to see if we can go aggro with the Knight plan. But we can abandon this and do a more controlling... Ooh, well, hello. Not that this is an amazing... split mana card, but it's at least right on color. Rimrock might wheel even, but I think we should go here. See if Red-Black Knights continues to show up. Kinda. I mean, right? Like, these are both Knights. Joust's gotta be the pick here. Here's another Knight. Reaper of it. I don't think that works with Bell of the Brawl, but it is a Knight. I don't want Cauldron Gift, but we'll take this. I mean, there's nothing to pull us off of this plan we're heading towards here. Well, Cauldron's not bad, but I guess I expect... Ooh, they're not supposed to be together. But we're in green, we're in red black, so I don't want Cauldron to be our removal. I expect we'll get removal elsewhere. And while this is cute, yes, I'm in on the knight here. Let's just keep taking knights. All right, nothing great here for where we're going. This runaway together is one of the reasons why Mill is so powerful and popular in arena bot drafting, because the runaway togethers go late and are amazing with the secret keepers. But yeah, we'll take the broom. It's fine. I don't know if we'll play it. We might get better stuff by the end that cause us to cut the broom, but we'll see. Festive Funeral, again, is not really the removal I'm looking for. I'd rather just get a witch, and she can chuck fruit to close out a game where we've done some initial damage. Certainly not moving towards Mardu Knights on just because there's a youthful knight here. We're going to take the witch. All right. Technically a knight. We'll snap this up. I like Jousting Dummy over the broom, given knight stuff we're trying to work in, and Barge In could work fine here. We'll take this. Barge In plus Ember Cleave is a real deal. Yeah, it's been dry. I've forced it a bit, to be honest, but I mean, our first 3 picks, especially Ember Cleave and the Headhunter, have helped put us this direction, but we'll see. Here's another Jousting Dummy. I'll take it. Don't know if we'll play both. This is a late Tree Folk. This is not an artifact creature we're interested in. The Brute. How about just another Embercleave? No. Happily Ever After. So we have a... So, like, my philosophy on rare drafting and where you do it, like a single removal spell, maybe not worth it, but like 2-for-1s, I love 2-for-1. So I think we'll take Order. It's a knight. It's got, and it's more than just even removal, 1-for-1 removal. This is, 2-for-1s are just super strong. So we're going to take Order, get a good wheel, and pass these gems. But we can take a Mythic here, and what are we passing for that Mythic? Not really that much. Another Legion that might wheel Thrill. So this is where the spots where I love to rare and Mythic draft, and we can look. We don't have any Mythics to craft with, but we'll take the mirror. Throw that in the board. Red Cap is a knight that certainly likes to wear an Ember Cleave, although it already has the double strike, but Joust and Barge In go well on Red Cap, but they also tend to wheel. We might just want a Noble. Yeah, Guardian is fine too, but as a 4, I was just leaning towards the cheaper option. Let's look at our curve. I mean... Technically, we would play this right now, but we're hoping not to. Yeah, I think we could use another solid 2 if we're being aggro here. Holy Taint wants Red Cap over Noble. I'm going to try and wheel this. We'll see. This will be somewhat of a bellwether for us, whether this Red Cap wheels. So, and Noble's just super solid. So I'm going to take that. Yeah, Noble Broom is a reasonable combo. Oh, that reminds me, a Rimrock did not wheel the first time around, but maybe we take it here over Destroy Artifact. Like, I think, even though this is the uncommon or whatever, I like Rimrock over Shieldbreaker. Shieldbreaker is fine. You often find targets for that Destroy Artifact, but... I think Rimrock is where we want to be with Ember Cleave and with maybe trying to find some of those double strikers. I hear you, Miles, but this is right on plan. I'm going to take the right on plan card. This is not really on plan. There's nothing for us here. Pick 5. Disappointing place to have just nothing, but we're best of 3, so we can take a Memory Theft. We want this. I can't. We don't want to play Prophet either. We're not looking for 6 drops like this, I don't think. I'm gonna take the memory theft for the board, or try to. Barrow Witches, we're in a night deck. Probably just want some Value Town 5-drop here. Rampart Smasher, if we could be guaranteed to have the 4 red for it, fine. But, you know, we got Lost Legion. We're definitely black here as well, so this is too unreliable. Just take the reliable Witches. Well, here we go. A lot of stuff in our colors anyway. We don't have anything to go with any other. We have 0 dwarves, not 7, so we can take 1. But here's Red Cap Raiders. There's no knights here to consider. Skullknocker. I think we just rather have a Red Cap Raiders, right? Pretty boring, but fills a reasonable point in the curve where we're not strong yet. We don't have a lot of depth there. Attacking non-humans. Haven't seen this card do much. Let's see what our human count is. We got 1, yeah, human, dwarf, human. I think we got too many humans to really consider it. Yeah, especially with our elite headhunter. So just a Bloodhaze Wolverine then. I'm not gonna take Fling here. Another Joust coming around is nice. Here's the red cap that we thought might wheel, and it certainly did, but I think I just want the Joust. You want the Paladin? What? Are we talking about last pick maybe? I'm just jousting. Like, we're gonna pick up more knights and joust away. Tempting Witch. Number 2. Hey, look, see, here's the red cap. This is the red cap wheel that we really noticed, I think. And it did come around. That's great. Fling, I don't think we're going to main, but here we go. And still got a pack, and we got 20 cards. Yeah, we're in good shape. Yes, it checks upon sacrifice and basically goes with that. So yeah, the flinging an Embercleave thing works the way you want it to. Hey, this is a knight. I guess we take that. Really dry red pack. Maybe a Lost Legion wheels. A little low on removal. Wouldn't mind a nice bake into a pie here, or Reeve Soul. Like, we have a couple. They're not low. We have 2 Joust, but like we don't have any of the great black removal yet. Resolute Rider's a little too greedy for the same reason the green red one would have been greedy. Yeah, we can take gems as well. Probably wheel the Witches. Yeah, let's take gems and try to wheel this Witches. I'm down with that. I'm gonna wheel we're gonna wheel them Barrow Witches. Wheelbarrow. This is a knight, but this is a better knight. We're just gonna take this. Another Rimrock is great. I wanna here's another knight for, yeah, definitely want to take this knight as well. I like that we're, ooh, Trebuchet though. Swordmaster or Trebuchet, what do you think? Let's ask. This is a pollable one. Sword or wall? I'll give you credit, Chimaka. Okay, yeah, there's a chance Swordmaster wheels, but I'm going to go with chat on this one and follow them down the knight path here. Yeah, the wall is good in our deck too, no question. Make arguments for both. That's why I pulled it. Red Cap Raiders, we already have one of those, and it's not amazing. We take a Thrill to kind of restock, pitch some land, and yeah, there's Skewer. I suppose we have one Raging Red Cap that would wear a Skewer, okay. Jousting playable? Oh yeah, Joust is like we're a Knight deck. We get the +2/+1 bonus on Joust. We're totally doing it. I didn't count Secret Keepers. It was going to be too depressing. I'll leave that to you. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not easy to actually go aggro with this. That's why Thrill actually appealed to me a little more. I don't love the weapon rack, but Thrill is an instant to pitch away your Flood. Ah, Jousting Dummy. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Thrill. There's another Sword Master, that's cool. Really closing, our 2s are locking down, probably not even playing this one, if we're playing the first one. Another Witch. I don't know if we're playing 3 Witches in aggro. We could play Crystal Slipper. I guess I'll take the Slipper over a 3rd Witch. I don't think we want a 3rd Witch. I don't know if we want Slipper either, but I don't think we want a 3rd Witch. Nothing too uncommon here. This could be interesting, although I think we're good on 2s, but I'll take it. Not bad for the board here with a Shriek. Super late Flutterflocks. How about super late Ardenvale Tactician? My goodness, we could have been red-white Knights pretty successfully too, I think. And of course, we could have been Mill pretty successfully too. Hey Valhallas, how you doing, Brian? Well, we got ourselves a first pick Embercleave and kind of built around that. We did not wheel the Barrow Witches. That's worth calling out. I rare drafted in pack 3 at some point, I think, hoping to get a second Barrow Witches, and we didn't pull that off, so notable. Miller time is not over, no. We could have absolutely been Mill in this draft, too, if we just forced it. Or we're doing something else. Trying to cleave some embers. We might not want multiples, but don't underestimate Witch in aggro. If you're doing any kind of other, like if the only food we're making is the food that the Witch herself makes, then yeah, we probably don't want to play her. But there is chucking some fruit to close out a game from 6 or whatever is not the worst way to go. The thing is, we just probably don't have the food generation to make that worth it. This is effectively a 4. This is kind of a 4 as well. And here's our numbers. So a lot of creatures to cut. Probably want to keep our non-creatures. We can even keep the Broom, maybe. Yeah, I think we want to cut this Wolverine. You want to cut the Drawbridge? I mean, giving our creatures haste is all well and good. I just don't know if that's good enough. I didn't cut it yet. Hang on, Krauser. The Raiders. This Red Cap Raiders. Yeah, let's cut one. I think I kind of like cutting, like, where else are we making food? Like, nowhere, right? So that makes the Tempting Witches less tempting. To me. And yeah, I also think the Broom is too cute. I agree. So then that looks like this. Broom is it a good combo? It's I mean, it does some stuff. Maybe it gives us a little bit of late, but what are we sacrificing to trigger the Broom? I don't think I want to run Fling. I would run Fling in like green red where your creatures are going to be huge, but I don't think that's what you want here. What's better than 2 dummies? Well, they are knights, and we do have Bell of the Brawl and Barrow Witches that combo with that. So do we even have a Ginger Brute? You want an Embercleave Ginger Brute? That's fair. Well, you know what? We're at what I'm going to do is go get a fresh beverage and take a quick pre-match bio break, and I'll see what your final opinions on swaps are here. Let's focus in on what matters, though. I wonder if I can. Here, I'll put in the Broom now, just because then you can. Here, I'll put it here as like the last thing we were looking at, but this kind of gives everything we were even considering up on the big screen. So I will be right back, and we'll figure out this final build and get to playing. Hold on. All right, I'm sure there's some opinions here. This is not a straightforward final few slots here, so let's see where people are at. No, Thrill is here. Sorry, there's the Thrill. One thing about, those you want 16 land, man, I have a hard time cutting to 16 when I have a 5-drop to play. We don't need to think of a Reaper as a 7-drop per se. It can be a valve, a flood valve if we do get to 7. But we do have Jousting Dummies as mana sinks, so if we flood out, we at least can dump them there. I don't see, if anybody arguing to keep Broom has to explain to me what we're sacrificing to even do this. Like, we're not sacking anything, so I don't see it. I don't think we can play that. But I will take, now I'll take a look at what everybody has been saying. And also, we do have a valve for, Thrill can pitch us something to find land. Of course, we can pitch a spell to find land if we're also short on land. Yeah, the lack of Reeve Soul, Epic Downfall, or Bacon to a Pie is quite notable. Brute and Bargain have got to go. So you want this to... You want to cut the Bargain? I don't know what you're saying there. And because the Brute is already out and the Bargain is in, so I don't know what you mean by that. Thank you, Archangel. Just catching up on there's a lot of debate about 16 or 17. The Thrill is in there. People want the Ginger Brute in. Gosh, if you put the Ginger Brute in, I want the Slipper in too. We're definitely cutting the Broom. Not putting in Witches. This raider could be cut, but I'm not putting in witches. And the broom doesn't do anything. Again, like, what are we? We're not sacrificing anything. The first sack can be whatever you don't need when you get into a board stall. What does that even mean? Like, we can sack Gingerbrute and what, you know? What are we barging in? Like, all of our creatures? We're barging in Raging Redcap? I mean, this is kind of our removal, given that we didn't get removal. Booty time, if we're not attacking, we're losing. Cutting a raider for brute. Let's see. Almost to the bottom of the comments. We can try Gingerbrute, but I don't want to cut the slipper for it. I'm down with like cutting a raiders and going even slimmer there. But also, you know, Headhunter has activation. Like, I'm not going to go to 16. At least I'm not convinced. Between maybe needing to get out an Embercleave without the proper attackers, or, you know. Here's our breakdown. 17-6. We're not necessarily going to draw both, and in the case where we do have both, Crystal Slipper is in for extra power. I don't know. This is, you're right, this isn't great, but I don't love, I mean, we could do this. Also, I want Crystal Slip. We could cut Drawbridge if we're going to run Slipper, I suppose. But Slipper, I tend to want to keep Slipper in if we're going to try and get there on Ginger. Like, doubling Gingerbrute's power is significant, like significant to me. And also, of course, doubling your Double Striker's power is pretty significant. 2 sack outlets. 1. I'm just trying to figure out my other sack outlet. Oh, Noble, 2. Okay. We can try here. If we think Noble plus Headhunter is enough, I want to get on with it. This is getting boring. Let's play. What are we calling this? Blow on it. Just an Ember reference. I don't know. Come up with a better name and I'll do it. I don't want it to be too obvious. We can't be too obvious. Yeah, Geek Monger, it is slow, but it's also it fills out. We'll try this. We might change it. I'm gonna give the broom a trial, but we'll come back in and we'll do some changes potentially. I didn't look. I think the 9-8 split was fine, and I'll update all this stuff here. And if you want to do a par poll, here's a par poll for those interested in predicting. I'm going to keep this on the strength of the thrill. It's still a lot of mana. You want to mull this, but we have Thrill. I keep because of the Thrill. Huh. Looks like they're aggroing back. Could offer the barge in for the Fox. I don't know if that makes sense though. That seems a little early. Yeah, let's send in anyway. I'll call. Or I'll make them call. Looks like they are. Okay. They called, so I was forced to do that. Maybe that's why. They had another one. I wonder if they'll block again if we attack. That's funny. Now we can kind of bluff it and order it back if we want. Trouble is that's not like a great play. We might just want to play out the order without doing it. Like, I think I'm just going to activate now. What my plan is here, like, we're aggro. I love to get full value out of order, but we need to do our best to beat down here. So I'm going to play the order for without the alter fate value. But if it dies, it's a knight, so we can get it back with Barrow Witches and do some looping later. I mean, Booty, it's fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine in an aggro red deck. If you're going to be making them block, you know? Hey, dummy. We'll thrill away this swamp and play the dummy this turn, and obviously offer that brute if they would like it. Are they gonna pump power or pump toughness over there? I can't see them trading commander for brute. Looks like they agree here. Turbo Banana, I don't want to get that cute. I want to use Barrow Witches and get it, you know. I want to use this in hand, not... Yeah, if it seemed like fancy play syndrome to do it that way. But I'm going to do this, pitch a swamp. Oh, let's see where Cardboard Live is at. Is it not working? Let's see. Oh yeah, it's not working on mine either. Let me try a restart on Cardboard Live. Sometimes that does it. Restart successful. Well, given the Barrow Witches, I'm willing to trade for a trick here. And that seems a little scarier to me than the Fox. Hard to say which is actually the scarier, but I'm going to assume there got some knights here that make this scarier. But I think, yeah, this is really a trade for pump, not for the commander. Oh, really? Right on. Maybe they've got a Barrow Witches. Yeah, there you go. So maybe I should have done the Fox. Ah, well. We got a Barrow Witches of our own coming up. And in the meantime, unfortunately, Rimrock on Gingerbrute doesn't even get it done. I'm going to unblock, make the Gingerbrute not blockable and just drop the Headhunter, I think. And then we'll see about going from there. Got some good ways to add some damage. Again, Elite Headhunter, not amazing. It'd be a little more amazing if this activation cost were 2 or something, but 3 is a lot to activate here. But chucking a Gingerbrute, you can do a lot worse, right? They still want to race. I guess they're still showing... They must have a trick, and last time it was like, well, if they block the Fox, we use the trick. If they block the Commander, we just get it back with Witches. So, question here is, do we want to trade Headhunter for a trick? And with Barrow Witches, that would probably be fine. So... But also... yeah, we should just attack back with Menace. You're right. I'm trying to maximize Barrow Witches, but I think we should just try and race here if they want. And Reaper is pretty cool for that purpose. Let's, in fact, kind of want to do it pre, but by keeping this all up, they can't really combat trick the Commander except to get the Headhunter. So I'm going to just attack in here. Oh, and they can't even block. So let's just attack in. And maybe put the Rimrock somewhere and then follow with the Reaper. I think Flash should basically be Wooburg, you know? Let's see what Oppo wants to do with the presumed trick here. Sure seems like a +2/+2 trick waiting for us. And if so, the only block they have is the Headhunter, but then they don't have that block. So this is just like, I think it's fine. Like, we're either trading or we get to respond with the Headhunter, so this is great. Now, I don't want to sack to Elite. I'm happy for that trade to happen. Oh, I should have done that, though. It's all right. But I should have found it. I should have just done Rimrock for damage. That was my intent. I just got distracted. Yeah, I'd respond with sack if they'd pumped or done something like that. But should have gotten an extra 2 here and have the Rimrock ready to go. But hopefully it won't matter too much. Because it's not like we could have +2'd and then cast the Rimrock. So the Rimrock was going to come out next turn anyway. Outflank. Interesting. That's kind of where they were at with their trick, I suppose. Well. We are racing. Let's see. Do we care about that? Right now we're going to win on... oh, it's Creature Planeswalker. Okay. I don't know why they held on the outflank. Let's see. How do we get there from here? So, draining for 2, getting them to 5, and then... we have Rimrock available for combat. They get some food out of it, but I think it's good for us. Drain for 3. Yeah, I guess if we drain after and everything lives, we can drain for 3. If we attack with Rimrock and +3 or +2 the Headhunter. We get in for 7. They're going to block the Order of Midnight if we attack with it, though. Oh, geez. Man, hold on. I didn't realize I'm on 0. Jeez, I'm on 0 hourglasses, so I got to just go with my gut here. I think I should have drained with Curry Favor first, but ran out of window because of my lack of hourglasses. Had to make a decision because it's far worse to just let your turn go. That would have been disastrous. Whereas we at least have some play here. And they can't eat. So close to just getting there off of Swordmaster activation. I want to take out... Do we want to take out the Flutterfox or get damage in? I think we want to just take out the Flutterfox. You want to remember? You want to get damage in? I had to make decisions. Got to make a call, so I went with my personal heuristic of board control. Sorry, East, if I missed a win. I didn't see it. Oh, the Headhunter? Was I supposed to chuck the Headhunter? I did kind of forget that guy. All right, some people think I had lethal, some think I didn't. But we don't want to... Is it another? It's another. So we can get 2 in and then 2 more. Oh yeah, maybe people were thinking Headhunter goes to face. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too. Let's read Headhunter. It does not do that. So we're going to go Headhunter, leave back the Rimrock. And just make Swordmaster, but getting wide around Barrow doesn't really work because they get to block and eat. I think, well, I guess they don't get the token until after they're dead. So I guess if we put 4... Right? I mean, am I right? Like, if they draw a land, we just win if we play a Swordmaster, right? But we might as well do this. Swordmaster, Barrow, they both do that. They both do that job, so yeah, let's do this. Point is, having 3 creatures with 2 or more power ought to just win on this board, because the damage that creates the food token happens at the same time as they're dead, right? Which I think Oppo knows. All right. Kind of a white aggro mirror here. And it is best 2 of 3, so we're going to figure out whether we want to make changes here based on that. Put Inspector's Shriek. Get a little more play on our site, you know, in our spell slot. Yeah, I'm not sure what... Maybe they wanted to outflank something better than a Ginger Brute. Like, John Laux always liked to call cards like Ginger Brute having the secret keyword ability bad. That if people perceive the card as weak, they don't want to use any of their resources on it. You know, I don't want to bring in a Witch. I still don't think the Witch is correct. and maybe I'll just cut the broom. What just left? It certainly wasn't the broom. Redcap Raiders left. Oh, Raging Redcap left. There we go. So there's that. I don't see much else I want to do here. I'll try that. Yeah, good call, Taint. That was one of the things I was saying about that attack. It's like, well, if they do something, we can just sack the brute, so it was no big deal. But yeah, maybe they had some other opportunities they didn't take. Well, this isn't a bad 2, 3, 4 here. We're going to keep this, even though we don't have any red yet. And there's our red even. Nice. Hand looks now amazing. Don't have a real good place to slip in the slipper, so we'll just continue to curve out as planned. All right, Oppo is stuck on land and action. I think we're just going to roll here unless they do something real soon. I'm going to go Slipper Noble and then just equip up the Headhunter next turn, I think. Or yeah, we could do it the other way too. Headhunter and then equip up the Noble. Doesn't really matter. I mean, really it's the same 2 power, 2 power. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, we could Headhunter and then next turn land, Slipper, Noble, equip Slipper, or we can Noble, Slipper, and next turn land, Headhunter, equip Headhunter. It doesn't really matter. It almost depends on what you want to hide in your hand. And it especially didn't matter with how stuck Oppo was. Sorry, Oppo, your second hand didn't work out. I know those feels. All right. Cool. Love starting off with a win in best of 1. I mean, obviously, but of course we are really keen on getting to 2 or 3 wins here. 2 wins gets us back some gems. 3 wins gets us back our entire buy-in. So our fundamental goal when entering a best of 3 is to try and make it to 3 wins and get our buy-in back. Of course, it's all just a data point. We're looking at averages in the long run. And if you want to see my averages, you can check out my spreadsheet. The first tab on the spreadsheet is an add-on I got from Mike 1970 something, right? I can't remember what year you are, Mike, but it's a nice little addition because it helps show how I do from one type of event to the other. I think it's 76. That sounds right, Mama. Maybe 79 or 76 feels right to me. Flip some number that looks like that in some orientation. I'm gonna keep this, but it's a little loose there. Oppo's going first, and we're 1 land away from Bell of the Brawl, which works with the Joust. Now, and we have our best card, so I'm gonna keep. I can't throw this Embercleave away, and if we get any land, we should be able to make Bell and Joust work. Hey, Breakfast. It's a great honor to hear you say that, to read you say that. Breakfast says, hey, Ryan, I've been listening to some old LR with you in it, and it's so cool to see where the ideas they still talk about today came from. I really appreciate that, because I know that a lot of, when you go check out old Magic content, you know, our frame of reference is whatever the set of the day was, and so it can feel, even if the information and strategy and philosophy are all sound, just the context of old sets can make it hard to stick with checking out old content anywhere in Magic. And so when I hear people took the time to go and listen to my old LR content, it warms my heart that that stuff is still valuable and being listened to by a current audience. So thank you, Breakfast. Oof. 3 lands, and we missed a land there. Lost our thrill there. All right, we're getting milled, folks. Okay, whew, got our land. It's even a swamp for the Lost Legion. Big problem here is that we didn't do anything on 2. We have an Icicle at 2. We have so many 2-drops that we could conceivably play, but we didn't find any of them here. How'd it go, RK? Our Kruzica. We do need another mountain eventually, though. I mean, we could have had this deck too, honestly. If you just decide I'm going to take every Secret Keeper in this draft, you can have them. Land, if we just found a mountain, that would have been fine. Really don't want to find any more swamps right now. I'm going to go ahead and play the Bell. Although we could... Yeah, I'm going to play the Bell. Next turn we can Joust or Barge and still play the Lost. Or not, we can't Joust and still play the Lost. We could Barge and still play the Lost. All right, and there's that. And then Embercleave, we can just, well, whew, really don't... Now they're holding up what appears to be possible Didn't Say Please, and I'm not going to run Embercleave into Didn't Say Please. Let's actually... let's run Lost Legion into Didn't Say Please, and then see if they want to counter that, and then we have Barge in after that. Yeah, giving up a Joust isn't bad, but this is one of these marginal spells that they're going to have to decide whether they want to use their Didn't Say Please on. Kibitz, I don't know what you mean. Well, we'll go ahead and use Barge in to take out one of those. Kind of like both of those, but I don't think we're necessarily going to get them. Might get milled here, but let's make him do it. Thing is, I think what happens is we leave these on top, and then we try to cast the Barge in, and that gets countered. Oh, I might not know all the right names and stuff. Yeah, so I go to Passover and Yom Kippur at Adam's house, but that's it. I'm gonna do this. I think Order is too good to because of the mill. In fact, I may... do this. Here's the thing. They know we top. So now if we barge in, they're going to be really keen on countering this to mill what we liked. And so we could just let this go to make sure we drew these. Let's see what else we've got here. We got Jousting Dummy and like nothing else. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and try to draw out the... you just don't want to do it. It could be Runaway, I guess. Runaway would be bad. I just want to have them use their Didn't Say Please before we try to cleave. But next turn we can maybe... Yeah, but if it's Runaway, that's really bad. I'm going to fear the Runaway and just let it go. I was ready to trade Didn't Say Please for the barge in, but Runaway seemed rough. Oh man, if it was that the whole time, yikes. Might just try a double Joust next turn.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Hey Foil King, thank you for the sub. No, we did not pick up the Shield Breaker. We took the we took a straight Rimrock over it. That's great. All right, they did have that. Well, we got pressure. So depressing, though. My God, Wizards. You know how bad this is? Truly the worst arena draft experience yet because of bot influence. If we had just one extra mountain, we could actually cleave and barge. But we're basically, like, I almost don't want to show him the cleave. I feel like we're so dead here. But we got to try and win. Let's do it. We got 12 cards left. I mean, if they're out of Secret Keepers, we might win this, right? So we got to try. Ginger Brute. Let's see, I want to do a Joust. We're going to try a Joust and then still have Barge in and Brute, really. Yeah, I'm expecting it didn't say please, but we got to try. We've been somewhat playing around Runaway together / didn't say please this whole game. But at some point, you got to try and put them to the test. At least we got our Embercleave through. And if they didn't say please here, we do have... Oh, that is miles worse than, than that. God. All right. Well, now we're going to rebuild our board and try and get him next time, I guess. But that's vicious. And somewhat of a slow roll. Like, seriously, Oppo? I mean, I guess they maybe were counting, but... Come on. Why you gotta be like that? Well, they're somewhat forced to handle Harvest Fear, and then we have Barge In. But we can't equip. We can equip and Joust. I guess we Reap because we kind of need them to be out of gas anyway, so let's make them be out of gas, and then see about finding a way from here. All right, it was just that. If we send in both, yeah, I don't even care. I might just send in the Brute unblocked rather than try to barge in. We could barge in. Yeah, we want to wait and barge in plus Embercleave, right? So let's get in for one. And if they don't find any more mill, we could still get there from here. This is a powerful card, and it goes well with both of these. Ha ha ha! Where's Hat? Come on. Do this. And maybe I shouldn't have bothered with that. I could have equipped and put this on, but we're going to just equip here. That was frustrating, but we're not dead yet. One of the real problems is they actually get to play the Reaper next turn. Might have to actually cleave the Brute and try to get there with the Brute. I guess I was trying to clear blockers, but yeah, it actually won't be too punishing unless we draw some action, because I can cast the Swordmaster and move the equip. I don't think it was 5 that I missed, though, right? Let's go. Well, now it's Brute plus Swordmasters, and that's all. That's basically what we've got. So let's. Yeah, that's one reason. Is like the dummy's got Pump, which is no joke. The trouble is we don't have a. If we had a 6th land, it would be really oppressive to Oppo. Yeah, I know. So we can't do all of that. I'm just trying to decide if we're moving this over now or keeping this going. I think we move this over and play the Swordmaster, and then... no, I guess we move this over and just make it unblockable. I don't want to send in the dummy. I mean, it just trades off with the Reaper, and maybe that's okay, but I think... threatening with the Ginger Brute here is a nice clock. And we'll take this for slightly less value, I think, in order to be able to play them. Although, now that it's attached here, next turn we get to play this. Yeah, Trying to figure out maximizing our curry favor damage, and I think we wait on that because they're not getting through anyway. Oven could get them enough food to hold us back, but we have 8 turns. The real key is whether they mill us anymore. Wow, all right, they're racing. This allows us to threaten an attack with the dummy. Or, you know, threaten the pump. Threat of activation, as we like to say. Well, I don't know either. I thought they might play something that would explain it, but I guess they figure we're just going to send in with the Brute. They might as well attack back. But part of the reason we're only sending with Brute is because the Reaper was in the way. So this is a nice threat on the dummy. But if we activate and have 5, then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we just activate dummy and we send in the jousting, or sorry, activate Brute, and we'll bluff. We can send in with the dummy, but we're not gonna pump it. We're gonna almost use black, which would have disrupted this whole plan. Now we don't really have even a threat of activation over here, though, so I might not bother with it. True. The trample is a big part of Embercleave's power, for sure. Oh. One Secret Keeper and the game's over because of this Clover anyway, so we'll see. I hope we can get there, but always nerve-wracking against Mill against a lucky Clover. So they're at a virtual 6 with oven food. I like... See, if we go super wide, they get to eat one of these, and they take 6. So I guess we... oh, they get 2 food with oven? Why do they get 2? Oh, because they get to sacrifice the big one. I've only seen the oven sacrifice cats, basically. So, yeah, they're at a virtual 9. But they have to do that before damage, so we can still send in everything, right? Yeah, they're both big. Oh, that's a good point. So they may eat something anyway, but I think we let them eat something and send in here. Double pump here doesn't kill the Reaper, so actually maybe we want to Malevolent Noble, and then we can eat... the Noble can eat whatever they block with the Reaper. Where do you want the Ember? You want to put it on the jousting dummy? Oops, and I gotta do this. Or actually here, we can do this. Also, a land away from casting our own Reaper, which should help close it out. And in terms of what's left in our deck, we've got a Sorcerer's Broom, Elite Headhunter. Oh, we swapped out the Broom. Maybe it's not tracking that. Elite Headhunter and 4 lands. So not much left here. Kind of winning with what we've got. Or trying to win with what we've got. And I could have pumped the dummy, but I do want to go ahead and eat this Swordmaster. But do we cut Bridge instead? I thought we cut the Broom, but maybe I'm not remembering. Time to eat. Bog Naughty, super strong. Witch's Oven, so they can now sack Reaper, make 2 food, and chuck one of them at, like, the Ginger Brute. Bit of an annoying draw from them, although we're likely to draw land and drop our Reaper. That's not bad. Yeah, this is not a bad turn for them, but hopefully we drop Reaper and cleave that up, and then what you got? Huh. I really want to cast Reaper this turn to the point that I'm trying to figure out, or even might just send in Ginger Brute. Yeah, we can move the cleave as well. And that does, putting on the Noble puts a lot of pressure on. All right, I wanted to get the Reaper down, but yeah, cleave on Noble. Says basically they got to activate now, or Noble's going to get out of range. And if they do that whole sequence, then we can move it back anyway. Yeah, that's true. We have lots of ways to keep the Noble from dying to food chucking. So I'm worrying about stuff we don't need to because we have other lines to save that as well. You're right. All right, and now should still make this unblockable. So they decide what to do with that. And smashy smash. Of course, leaving up 1, maybe I needed to threaten the double Noble activation, but I think it's pretty good anyway. They got a lot of stuff they need to do to survive, so we're gonna let the defenders figure it out. Yeah, this is only game 1 too, Alucardio. All right, so this leaves them, well, if they're dead here, right? They're just dead here if they don't do anything, so we let them We go to first strike damage and see what they want to do, because this Bognati is about to get taken out. Now, still waiting for them to make the first move here. All right, so if they do that, then don't we just win? How does this hurt us? This does nothing to us. This wins us the game. I like it when you do that. Make Oppo figure out if there's a way, and then just respond. All right. So I don't like adding cards to just any random deck to try to combat mill. I will add cards to try and combat mill when I have excellent sideboard cards and the power level of my deck is pretty flat. But I'm not going to add cards and make our Embercleave go deeper into the deck or anything. So we're going to consider, we can bring in Shriek, and even bring in Memory Theft. I think this is where we would cut a Broom. Oh, that's right. That was game one. That was why we were reset. I was like thinking about having like as though we had sideboarded. That was our main deck. So, although let's keep in mind that one trouble with the Shriek is it doesn't get their Secret Keepers unless we're willing to pitch something from ours. You're playing 50 cards in best of one. I mean, if you're trying to combat a mill deck, there's times for that, but I'm not on board if you're just running a 50 carder because you feel like you can. All right. Maybe I'll take out the Crystal Slipper here. Doesn't quite get, well, I guess it gets some things big enough to get through 4 toughness. Had to make a decision where roping there, but one of the things, if you're aggro facing mill, you got to figure out how you're attacking through 4 toughness, you know. Exact opposite of our last 3 swamp opener. Oppo going first. This requires 2 swamps and is effectively a mulligan anyway, so we're going to ship this. Well, good news. Our deck is 2 cards thicker. Sure. We'll keep this, and it's going to be great. I think we actually get rid of the Memory Theft. And the Reaper, and hope that we curve into something quick and powerful enough to kind of get there. Ah, my buddy Jim. Hey, Jim. Hey, we even got our mountain. That's great. Jim Shepard is a former colleague of mine from my Surreal Software days, who's now an indie dev who does a lot of streaming of his coding. So if you're ever interested, if you're interested in coding, or you're a coder yourself and want to see some game coding, Jim is often coding on stream. So check Jim out. And what up, Jim? Welcome. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope your work is going well. We mulligan to 5 here and are trying to make the best of it. We're going to start with a jousting dummy, and well, if they want to use a cauldron on it, that's fine. Gargoyle. They can't block with it right now. They need 4 cards in hand to block. So we get to crash on through here, although I want a Rimrock. I want to do the Boulder Rush, but I don't know if we have time. Might just need to Rimrock and then have the Barge in for... I don't think we're in a tough spot. I'm going to keep curving out. Curving out, he says, failing to find a 3rd land. Vertigon, what's up? Wait, Vergon, is that you, Pat? Is that Pat Lippo? I forget what... Jim, Pat was on your stream, but I can't remember his username. Okay, there we go. Cool. Vertigon is another excellent colleague of mine from my surreal days, Pat Lippo. Hope you're doing well, sir. We are going to... This can't block, and we'll go ahead and barge in. We could bell, and then... Yeah, let's just send in, see what they want to do. Because we could also pump to trade. We got to keep attacking here, I think. Jim does that to video games, doesn't he? Making them better and stuff. Yeah, let's barge. Actually, I can go boom. No, that doesn't work. Wait a second. Come on. Well, now if they want to... Okay, they've played out cards. Ooh, they got our Cleave. That's rough, of course. Dummy is 3 to boost. Still choked on land. That's being a problem here. But now we got to plow through the Secret Keeper, so... Actually, I think this turn we'll go ahead and... Since they can't actually destroy one of our creatures in response, I'm going to take the turn to get the Bell of the Brawl down. Yeah, Boulder Rush would be good here, but it'll be good next turn too, and we'll have Bell of the Brawl out. Yeah, we could pump and play, but I like Bell. I'm playing to the Bell, and then we have the same Rimrock stuff. Okay, well then they spend their turn on... I mean, we gotta keep deploying to the board and letting them Cauldron something. If they want to Cauldron next turn, that's not bad for us. Uh-oh. Combo assembled. That's a tough one for us to get through. They can basically use Witch's Oven to sack the cat every turn, make a food, reanimate the cat, and repeat. So they get to chump and drain every turn for the rest of the game. Yeah, I don't know why they did that there. It all could have happened. Oh, yeah, but they still get it. No, I understand why they did it there. Might as well. They still set up the block you're talking about. They had one in the bank, Grim, and they used the one in the bank. Well, I'll play this to give us the most options, give us a pump and a boulder rush. But this kitty is going to be super annoying for the rest of the game. No, we don't have a shield breaker to get the oven. Now, they'll throw the familiar in front of something, but they're going to want to put it in the oven. So if they block our 1 toughness, we can kind of call their bluff and see if they want to trade. We have a Barrow Witches, especially since these are both knights and we have a Barrow Witches. Although I'd love to get the bell back. I'm gonna Rimrock or Boulder Dash here. Take out the Secret Keeper. They could just sack the Secret Keeper, but they got to do something here. All right, they're going to do that. So we have to let the jousting dummy go, but it's okay. And then we get to Legion and try and set up, although we might get milled, so it's always tough to scry against a mill deck. You probably won't get to keep what you want. In fact, there's something to be said for not even trying, but we'll, with the Barrow Witches, I'm actually going to bottom both. I know we're a land away from Barrow Witches, but I'm just going to bottom. And look for additional action under the belief that we're still going to find some lands here and there that'll eventually turn on the Barrow Witches. That's not useful thinking, Holy Taint. We have no idea what's going to get milled. Got the land anyway, and still kind of up against it anyway, honestly. But send in. Idly, not too deeply, Hat, but yeah, we brought it up at the top of the show and talked about it. But we're dead. All right, I might as well just scoop here. They have bring back the cat, drain, sack the cat, drain, attack for 5. So we were stone dead. That was a rough one to expect much out of, the old mole to 5. Questioning even bothering with the memory theft and wondering if we should just try to push our aggressive agenda. Yeah, like we couldn't use this to get 4 damage through. Still not into Fling, Hat. Sorry, it just feels too weak here. I kind of just want to go back to a more aggro build here. Like even, yeah, we could drop the Reaper, add Raiders. Oh, I tried to drop the Reaper. What did I drop? Because that's not what left. Anything? Keep getting lag and my clicks are being ignored. Could put a Wolverine in for the broom. I'll put the broom back in. I tried to hit done. I might have missed it. We might be on our old build, sorry. But that went a little early, I think. I got tricked by the clock. I clicked, but I don't think it registered. I think we're running the game 2 deck here. Oh well, let's make it work. Yeah, we sure are. And this is another mole. I haven't read the State of Arena article, but we have talked about the bans and we've talked about this new format. Would love to find another 2 instead of having to run this Rimrock night out without the Boulder Rush. No such luck. So, do we want to do it? I think we have to do it-ish. Gotta just try and curve this thing out here. Interesting. Did they just draw that? Why didn't they turn 1 us? At least make him think about it. Bell here can't be blocked by the 1 keeper and makes the Rimrock attack through it. It's kind of a pipe dream that we'll untap with both of these, but hey, we got it. We untapped. Let's see what they've got here. Probably, maybe it didn't say please up. We're in a good spot against didn't say please. Oh, they must have run away together, he started to say. Okay, okay. Probably should offer them something. Yeah, we'll offer them the Lost Legion. In case they don't have it, I want to resolve the best thing we can. Miles wants to offer the dummy, but then dummy's not bad in the late game. You know, it might even be better than the Legion. So here we go. Hey, all right, nice. Do we want those? Almost certainly not. We'll get some land anyway, and we can still cast Dummy and Harvest Fear. Where's Hat? Oh, he's right there. That sucked. But this doesn't suck. Maybe Hat is actually like, see, you were fine with that. You're beaten down. Who cares that they got your last 2 cards? Bog Naughty, not naughty enough, I don't think. Oh, and Ginger Brute to boot. Brute to boot. I think we just win, folks. Let's just win. Hat's totally right. All right, got there on the mulligan to mulligan. Nice to get that win eked out. Take that mill indeed. We got him. And we got some gems back. 800 gems back with a 2-0 record, so we have a foul to give on our way to trying to get our full buy-in back. Looks like we paired up. We could go back and reconsider the configuration of our main deck now that we've played the deck a little bit. I don't have double black for the knight, but we'll keep this. Certainly have an Embercleave. That seems worth keeping. Hey, look, more mill. Top bottom from Oppo. Order of Midnight can already get something back, but we'll start with the Malevolent Noble. Perfect draw would be a swamp so we can get this knight going ASAP. No such luck. We could take a turn to order and get back Lost Legion. We can't even cast that yet. Headhunter is castable shortly, but I think we just joust one of these and go. So let's see. If we make this a 4/3 and take out one of these, then the other one isn't enough to block and trade. So yeah, let's clear the path a bit. Oh, it only buffs knight. Sorry, thanks. I was so into my knightness that I was thinking we had that. We could still kill one, but then we couldn't attack, so I don't like it. Let's go ahead and pull back the Headhunter here. I'm going to say no attacks. That smacks of didn't say please in this matchup. Kind of makes me want to start with the order and see if they have that. Of course, if they do, we still don't have a Joust follow-up play. Still might be worth it. Let's go ahead and... yeah, we'll send this out. We could just use the Joust to kill one of these so that it sets up some better attacks coming up, including possibly cleaving next turn if we draw a land. I think that's worth it. We gotta set up future attacks. I don't think we need that flyer. We need this Embercleave to resolve. And to that end, I like Knight here, and we have yet another Joust afterwards. Let's start with the Knight. I didn't have black when I was like, if you wanted to get the Legion with Order, we didn't have the we didn't have black. All right, they said oh, thumbs up on that, huh? There was definitely a pause. I wonder if they have run away together or something. Because you'd think they would snap counter that. So I think we're going to see run away together here. Yeah, okay, you can have that. Still got a healthy card count. 2 top, that's scary. Well, so is an Embercleave, which I think we should just go ahead and maybe get that down. Although we could go I guess we just get Embercleave down through counter, right? Like, let's do it now. I don't like the top, but active Embercleave is going to be a real rough clock on them. Let's do it. Don't care so far. Care about a possible another runaway together. Let's look for pauses here. Seemed like it snapped to us pretty quickly there. They know about these two, but not these. I think we can start with a knight. I'm going to play this out and see if they have a response. I'm going to do knight first to check. Definitely a pause. Definitely a pause. Okay. So that makes me not want to use Joust or Rimrock. So we're just going to make him have the bounce. Or so tiny, whatever. I'm just not going to play this stuff into a pause. There's a lot of things they could have. But all of it is not friendly to fight and pump spells. You're not dumb, Rocky. You're in the We Don't Read Cards Club. I'm the founding member, don't worry. And yeah, I'm not going to do anything. They're too suspicious. Yep. Throw it right back out. 14 cards. Embercleave on Oathsworn, if they can't bounce it, though, is going to be some good. Down to 10. They did double top on their last scry, so they could have just another Runaway Together. I mean, Runaway Together and Secret Keeper are the problem pair of the format, really. The fact that the bots don't care about either of these cards is what makes these mill decks so obscene. But we're going to have to start playing like they don't have it so that we can do things like Rimrock on an Embercleaved thing and just crush to the best of our ability. I'm going to go ahead and cleave up the Knight. Yeah, we could Joust first. Let's see. Let's sequence this. We want to eventually put this on the Knight. And we can have Rimrock. Rimrock plus Joust plus Equip seems like the things we want to do. So yeah, we'll start with a Joust and then do it here and here, actually. All right, there was no pause there. I'm going to take that as a good sign. Playing like they don't have it because we need them to not have it. Good news, everybody! Embercleave is a powerful magic card. Okay, another mill deck. Red, blue, draw 2 mill. You know, they're kind of doing a little of both here. Not sure how we want to approach that sideboarding. Again, I think we want to think about the 4 toughness conundrum and how we get through that. We talked about red cap raiders to help with that before. Not much else to put in. Like Crystal Slipper, we have a lot of 3s where Crystal Slipper helps it get to 4. So I actually like the Slipper here. But we could do raiders over broom, I think. Because raiders can get up to 4 power as well. And yeah, I like this. Let's just do that. Welcome, new follower, indeed. Thank you. Oh, that is what you're saying. All right. Cleave back in hand. That's nice. We'll keep this, and we'll run out the Rimrock Knight if we don't find another 2, but hopefully we find another 2 so that we can use Boulder Rush at some point. Hey, Shinkari. How you doing? Hey, awesome. We got an alternate 2-drop, which we'll happily play instead of the Rimrock. Probably into Bell here. That's not bad for us. We get to attack through that at least. I think they want to give their... It's really tough for R&D to ban a new mythic from a new set right out of the gate. I'm sure they want to... maybe they're just crossing their fingers, but I think they really want to give the community a chance to contain Oko. Yeah. What was your... Can you give your Facebook quip, Nick, about 3-mana Planeswalkers? I don't want to misquote you. It was pretty brilliant. This is, again, looking like it didn't say please. And we don't have a lot of things to do here except we can barge in. We're going to attack, see what they do, of course. I just don't think they're going to do anything. And then we're going to get something countered. So it's like, what do we want to have countered? Probably just a red cap. Probably just try to spend all our mana here. Yes, that definitely got a like from me on Facebook, Nick. Well played. Sure, we'll just replay Bell here. We could play Raging Redcap. We have Barge in, Joust. Actually, I'm going to play Redcap. Barge in giving Trample is big game on a double striker. Some stuff. Woof. Still need some more mana. But we could go ahead and take out, like, this Joust doesn't give Trample, though, unfortunately. So if we did that, they probably just chump. I'm more interested in going ahead and trying Barge in here. Although maybe we just even attack accept whatever they give us and actually come back with Bell. I'm going to drop Bell this turn. Trouble with using Barge In or Rimrock is that we leave 2 mana stranded. I'd like to avoid the mana stranding and just redeploy the Bell, and then maybe find some extra mana next turn for some sweet tricks. Of course, that may mean at that point they have counter magic up or something, but at that point, Bell plus all this stuff is pretty good. Again, it's these runaway togethers that really get you in the matchup. $20 cards. Yeah, and didn't say please at the ready, possibly. I'd love to see a mountain here. No mountain, but we do have a Ginger Brute and a Rimrock, so we can Ginger Brute, make it unblockable, and then have Rimrock ready. Let's see if there's a pause on the on the Ginger Brute. Oh yeah, there's a pause. And that's okay. Kind of like that right there. We lose. We're at 16. So now we can Rimrock or Joust. We Joust down in 04 and then they chump, but that's fine. That uses our mana well. Oh, sorry. That was I was thinking that was enough. Ugh. Stupid punt. Sorry. I just got excited about jousting with the red cap. We're still going to get an 04 down, I bet. So that could have gone a lot worse, but not happy, not thrilled there. Yeah, we gave him choices, though. That wasn't the way to do it. How many mountains are in our yard? 1, 2... All right, we have a decent shot at mountains coming. There's one. All right. And they're fully tapped out, so we can Embercleave here. Let's show them the business. And both of the, let's see, Malevolent Noble gets a little more damage in the immediate, but where do you want to put this? I guess we put it on the Noble, and then we can use Joust, Barge In, and Rimrock on the red cap, and then we kind of have a double strike threat. Also, Noble can eat Bell. You're right, Miles. That's not even the worst, right? Like, that's still... Or is it... Does the Frogify override the Embercleave? And if we re-equip the Embercleave, does that override the Frogify? Somebody help me with layers here. Well, maybe we... What about Rimrock? We could Joust. What about Joust the Tome Raider and then Barge In? We could suit up the 1/1 and barge it in too. Yeah, let's do that. I guess we'll just do that. Well, they got more action, though. Probably another Secret Keeper bounce here. Deck list is for the standard stuff. It doesn't track this one, I don't think. Although maybe Cardboard Live will. Yeah, Cardboard Live might give you an accurate deck there. Still don't like. I mean, I think if we try either of these, we're going to get blown out on a trick. So we're just going to let them either accept these blocks or do theirs first. All right. Ah, that's what they were on. Well, if I'd known that, I'd play differently, but that's why there's hidden information in Magic. Kind of playing around the wrong thing, and now they're just stacked, right? They drew 5 cards. Yikes. Down to 6. But they kind of need... You can down to 2. Yikes. Oh, geez. And they're not even playing their Secret Keepers? That could not be more telegraphed. Although it can't be... They must be keeping up Didn't Say Please, knowing that, like, we can't beat them in time from this. It's gotta be Didn't Say Please. Which is too bad, but we may be in a spot where we can't really play around it. Although... What if we go Jousting Dummy to bait out Didn't Say, and then we have Barge In and Rimrock? So I think they'll be happy to Didn't Say... Oh, no, they let that go. They're being cagey. I don't think we're going to get this, although maybe we get it with Argent. No, we're not quite there. Not quite there. If we're going to resolve one of these, but the other is going to be the end of us. It was just turned into a pumpkin. Well, that might actually be okay. Do we get there? Let's see. I don't know. We're going to find out. Math! Nice. They got too tricky for their own good, and we got there. That was Oppo punt. I mean, they had the mana to drop at least one of those. Nice. That was a funny win. Was not expecting to get that one, but Oppo gave us just enough of a window. Yeah, I don't know, Funky. Maybe they're like me. They just made plays quickly so they don't rope or something, but yeah, that was... They could have just bounced the creature. I don't know what they're up to, Nick, but they gave it to us. Could be, Steven, that they had other options they were considering. But our option is to update our record to 3-0. Got our gems back and haven't even taken our foul to give yet, so that's great. Let's take a look at the deck. I haven't been loving what Sorcerer's Broom would be doing for us if we found it, but again, not like I kind of want to bring in the red cap raiders over the Broom. We're so stacked at 2. I kind of like this a little better. Yeah, Raider is so meh, but so is freaking Broom. My thing is that 4 toughness is a critical toughness in the format, and this actually naturally gets through attacks through 04s and 4 toughness stuff. So that's my thinking. I'm pretty medium on skewer, even in green-black food, but it's certainly playable. It's just medium, you know. It's not amazing, but it's a playable card. It also can contribute to your ability to get through 4 toughness, so it can be important with that in mind. We're having a rough time on mana this game. A lot of mulligans, and I think this has got to be one too. Definitely keeping this, pitching a swamp, and crossing our fingers. How about a nice 2-drop creature? More land, not what the doctor ordered. Another black-white deck. I think we faced a black-white deck in match 1. Hey, we were just talking about you, Skewer. Raiders would certainly be a lot better if it were a knight in this deck. That would give it a boost. It is not. Well, we're behind in the race, but we're not blocking there. That's a way to get ahead in a race. Could have Reapered, but I want to get the Oathsworn going right away, and next turn we can Reaper with Barge in at the ready, or Joust if we want. Wow. Yeah, I guess we block. I don't know what they're up to, but we're going to block. Reaper, you say? Well, with no cards out, I'm going to go drop the Joust and the Swamp, and if we draw a land, we can still do Reaper Barge in. And we got it. Back at you, buddy. We could barge in, but I don't see a reason to do that yet. Let's try and get him with the barge in. Keeping Joust maybe was better. Yeah, I suppose barge in was not going to be super useful on that immediate turn. Oh, all right. They didn't even want to see any more cards. I was going to show them some. But we picked up another win. I mean, not a match win, but a game win. All right. White, black, aggro-ish, control. I don't know. White, black stuff. Now we could bring in the Shriek. Try to nab a good black card. Drop the Raiders back out with that. It's no, this isn't trying to get through Secret Keepers anyway, so we can cut that. think I like that. And nothing else. Rough one for a 5-lander, given how aggro we are, but with the Legion, I'm going to keep it. Sets up our mid-game draw. So, crossing our fingers and keeping, but we could easily flood out of this one. Just so. Worm42X10 asks about pairing in this queue. In the best of 3, it is we are told that it is record-based. Oh, record-based pairing only. Wow, what a nightmare. Risky Keep just got downright nasty. Although we got a 20-turn clock with the Brute, it's going to be fine. Well, if we activate Ginger Brute, we can't Rimrock and Boulder Rush. And Boulder Rush doesn't... Although we could... Yeah, we can attack without paying and offer that trade, I suppose. They might not even take it. Yeah, it's pretty suspicious. So we'll just take some extra damage here. And then get our dwarf down. You'd think they wouldn't be east, but we've seen some questionable decisions from our oppos over time, so I don't think it was a guarantee that they would not block there. I'm going to offer the knight because we get it back with the witches. Take a turn off from attacking with the Brute unless we want to run a bluff again. Not again, it wasn't really a bluff last time. We'd have to run a bluff if we want to attack with the Ginger Brute and play the Barrow Witches, is what I'm saying. What did Oppo just do? What? Yeah, what? Little misclick there from Oppo, maybe? Or maybe it doesn't matter, and they play a 2-drop anyway, and they didn't have anything else? I don't know, though. That was weird. Now we got Joust. Interesting. And like, yeah, this is supposed to be a 4/4 because of their Pathlighter. I don't know what that was about, but probably seen a Pathlighter, which is too bad because this is not a knight. Okay, they're just short on mana, it looks like. And we do have a possible Bell Joust, but I'm down with sending in. I'm not sure we want to bother rimrocking here, although I might rimrock. I don't want to get this. I don't want removal out from under the rimrock, the boulder rush to counter it. So I'm going to be pretty careful here, especially if we seem to see, like there's some pauses that suggest they've got some action. Aha! It's that action though. Okay, that's good. And what I think we do here is Bell and then Joust the Pathlighter so that these don't come in huge when they get the mana. Actually, you can just do it here. I don't think there's any... It works either way. Oh, you're right, Mama. I was wrong. Or at least, I was with you. It was either that or the other one. All right, I'm just going to do it this way. Ooh, they got +2/+2? I guess so. Maybe I should have done it over here, I guess. I was not playing around +2/+2, that's true. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That's not the absolute worst. Oh, that didn't work. It's not a knight? Oh, it's not a knight. Right? Is that what happened? Okay. Don't worry, Oppo. I don't read cards either. I thought it was going to work. I assumed you read the card. Shame, Scoop. I don't know, but we got 4 wins, so nice. Coming up Millhouse today. We did a little bit. We can discuss them again when we wrap this event up, which is going to be pretty soon here. One way or another. Yeah, it's a pretty speedy best of 3. I guess that's what aggro gets you. Would love this to be a swamp instead of a mountain for the Oathsworn, but we can't really throw this back. We're going to keep it. Go for a Noble on 2. Well, maybe we'll go for a Jousting Dummy on 2 because we have Bell on 3 that pumps the dummy. Hey, that's our deck. Still sending us mountains when we want swamps. We'll do this. I'm not going to trade here, although we might want to, depending on how things start to go. Yeah, Bell on Bell action. Their position in the race may be a little better than ours, but we're going to offer Jousting Dummy, and they're not going to take it. And the next turn we get Rimrock up, plus Noble. We can at least do Rimrock and Noble, or Rimrock, I mean Boulder Rush into Rimrock is also possible. Hey, there's what we're missing. Could use one of those. Oh, enough with the mountains. Now we're gonna have to stay back. Well, I guess we can try we can trade the noble for it, but I guess jousting dummy is a better trade attempt than noble. Yeah, our out might be Embercleave, in which case I'm just going to keep attacking. And yeah, I'm just going to keep being aggro here, see what we can get out of it. We're pretty behind here. I'm just going to make this trade offer here. This, and I guess we get rid of the Legion if we find Swamp. Huh, that's funny. Back at you, buddy. Well, not trading yet, so we'll take one more attack from Bell, drop. We don't really even have a block yet. Rimrock's not going to do it. Oh, we can't block. It's got Menace, and Rimrock can't block. All right, well, we're still just dead because we need to double block the Bell and they can pump the Weasel. So I'm not even going to show him. I'm going to give him credit for figuring that out. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the shriekiest shriek of them all? I think I like taking out Reaper for Shriek, though. We could do that. Well, let's start here for sure. And then I kind of like keeping up our aggro. Keeping, you know, they might dump their hand before Reaper matters too much. I'm going to cut the Reaper. We haven't tried Drawbridge. It's in the kind of 23rd card discussion. Broom, yeah, Broom doesn't feel like what we want to be doing in the matchup, but this is where I'd rather bring in Fling or whatever. Like, just try and finish him off with Fling. If we did that, we could cut something. This could be a reason to cut the Raiders. Fling or Slipper both have similar roles. Maybe I'll try Fling over. Nah, I'm gonna go with like this. Sorry, Hat, no Fling. All right. I can get behind that. Well, this would have been Fling, so we can see how it feels. But right now I'm liking the Slipper here in this situation. I'm gonna run it out now. I really like the draw spell for flood out situations, Mike. That was our thought there. Well, we could Noble and equip. I like, let's do a Lost Legion and find some land. Thank you, Guru. Glad you're here with us. Yeah, well, it doesn't let us do a bunch of the stuff we want to do all at once, but I'm going to keep one swamp. I think let's see, if we take a swamp and we have four mana next turn, we might be able to get him with Raging Redcap, Hasty, Crystal Slipper, and that's a pretty nice... I'm definitely keeping the one. Yeah, we'll keep the one. Just that we want mountains more than swamps. Could even do Noble, equip, and have Rimrock have Boulder Rush. That's a possible line. That's why I wanted to set that up. 2/2 haste, like they just can't even block it. They don't want to trade Bell for the Legion, so we kind of get in. Except then they have a 3/1 lifelinker to crack back with. That's no joke. I mean, we can do it. Just that consider that we're taking 3 on the backswing, unless we want to trade off the Legion for the Swordmaster, and then they're getting 3 life. I'm just going to send in the red cap, and at least let's threaten the Swordmaster with the Legion. I actually don't mind that. We get... Hey, Dionysus. Welcome back. Yeah, we're doing all right here. Let's get him hard with the Boulder Rush here, and then we can go Noble and Curry Favor Swordmaster. Cleave has been great when we've had it, but it actually hasn't been a huge part of our wins. I haven't seen it a super ton. I know Noble's not a knight. I mean, I guess we could knight. We could just go Swordmaster. I mean, we could go Curry Favor Swordmaster. That's fine too. We can't, if we do the Boulder Rush, we can't cast it. So that's we're choked on red, and I wanted to get that Boulder Rush in. But certainly, yeah, we can go ahead and go Swordmaster and cast Swordmaster. Curry Favor into Swordmaster. Untaps. How does it untap? Well, it's gonna be time to move the Slipper now, that's for sure. Probably just Raiders and move the Slipper here. Except then the Raiders doesn't get the free attack. Could also go dummy Rimrock. You want to slipper an attack here, and then what, though? All right. Fair enough. I like it. That's fine. We use all our mana. Keep pressuring them. We taking this or trying to trade here? If we trade here, then what are we doing? If we don't trade, we can make this a 4-3 next turn off of the Jousting dummy. We can play both of these. Yeah, that's a pretty good clock. Tron wants to take it. A couple people want to try and trade. Depends on what they follow up with, right? I'm going to say... I'm going to go on no blocks here. I think this red cap being able to become 4 power is relevant. And that's not really what we wanted to see. This now snaps off the Swordmaster if we attack with it, so we can Rimrock, give it haste. That gets snapped off as well. Like, this red cap snaps off all of our 1 toughness is the problem. So we're probably just nobling and moving the sword, although we can noble, and if we don't move it, we can pump this. So we start here. And if we send in here, make it a 4-3. They don't have the pump. Yeah. And do this. Mike wants to be on D. Maybe I'm being crazy here, but with Noble coming out, I felt like we had Noble and a 3-power lifelinker made me feel like I could still attack. Yeah, love to trade the Swordmaster off. And we'll try and get the bell. Let's see, if they have pump, we could just be dead. You know, 1 Rimrock Knight, we take this and we're dead. But we may just have to try to fade that. I mean, I think if we worry, like, they may just get us with the red cap, but I'm kind of in can't play around it mode there. I mean, don't risk it, but then what are we doing? Then we have to chump. I mean, in order to make this block, we need both anyway. We get some life here, though. It might, but just too much pressure, though. Embercleave, are you enough? We can't even cast you. All right, now we're toast. All right, first loss was to a mirror, so it goes. We have time to finish this event. So let's finish this event. Man, my computer is chugging. My fairly new computer. It's about 1 year old. Less. All right. No 2, but we got to keep this. Love to draw a 2-drop off the top. Well, I know it's not my computer, but you just think you'd think a new computer might not struggle quite so much, but nope, we're struggling. 2-drop creature, here we go. Oh, well, I wasn't very specific, but we are going to do it. We're just going to pop this out. All right, let's race, buddy. Let's race. Hope this knight holds up. Cereal. Frickin' rare. That's tilty. One of my dwarves. No. It's tilty when your sweet rare gets undone by one of the few things that it can be undone by on turn 3, is the thing. That's all I meant. Well, we have this or this, not both. And yeah, we can joust the tapper. We make this a 5/2 and take out the tapper. Then send in with the knight. We'll trade with whatever they want to trade there. They want to do 2 brutes. I think we even do that. We want to attack with the bell is one of the questions here. We could also just we could take out bell and attack. But we can't do that no matter what. Even with the knight bonus, the bell would be a trade with both of these, so we actually don't want to do that. I'm going to take out the giant killer. And then this runaway Rimrock has a decent attack anyway, and I'll trade bell for bell or bell for 2 brutes. Well, the bell doesn't pump the brutes, mind you. Just trying to decide if we're willing to trade the bell here. Got Headhunter coming, but nothing out after that. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. They got our noble, our Rimrock, but it was going to be tough to... It was going to trade for something eventually. Or no. That's not a good... Maybe I should have kept it just because I could chuck it, though. I'm going to keep attacking. We're a little up against it here in the race, but the Headhunter may help things. We had the mana, so yeah, it was probably right to just save the Rimrock to chuck it something better. Well, the lack of a Gingerbrew activation is a bit of a telegraph, but I'm not sure what we do. We kind of have to, like, we're not gonna. Well, they don't even get to. Yeah, they get. I guess maybe that's their plan, that they can send it to the noble anyway. But we gotta play like they don't have it. They had it. Yeah, that's not going to be good enough. And the blocks here are lousy. And if we attack, we just lose, though. So, well, we'll make them show us something, maybe. But we have a forced block here. All right, well, we got to see that there's another outflank, and now we're just dead. Style point win from Oppo. Well done. Here we are again. Aggro v aggro makes me want to cut the Reaper and aggro up. Try to get lower. No, we don't want that. And we can Shriek again, though. That's not exactly aggro, but I do like... I'm willing to play that against a black deck. Yeah, I probably should have restarted my client by now, but here we are. Hat is desperate to get a fling in the deck. Fine, Hat, we'll try a fling. What do you want to take out, Hat? We have the Crystal Slipper also does the block brute thing, so we have that. Oh, we are. Let's see. We already took out Reaper. You want to take out Shriek? Taking out a Knight seems loose. We did take out. We could cut a land. All right, but man, it's just hard. Like we have the problem where we just like need doubles and stuff. Like I don't want to go to 8 swamps. It's part of the problem. Yeah, I see timer. So I'll take out the Raiders. Oh, come on. Yeah, you even warned me, but I... Forgive me for expecting my UI to be telling me the truth. Yeah, if we lose this match, I might. It's not necessarily just reporting so they know, but reporting to get you can get a reimbursement if it costs you, which it could here. We'll keep this though. That's a fine looking start. How new is the new elbow? The answer is I probably love it, but I don't think I've listened to it. When did it come out? Well, dummy for guide mother. I'll take it. I'll take this trade. We have a Barrow Witches to get a knight back. We can drop a red cap Raiders. Yeah, there were some issues during the championship, for sure. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me think here. Oh, yeah, we're gonna... Oh, it just came out recently. Awesome. Can't wait. Is it a live? Is it a live album? No, it looks new. Cool. Can't wait to listen. I don't know. I don't know how I like the new Elbow, but now it's on my list. We could... Knight, that doesn't work either quite the way we want. I think I'm going to take extra damage and play the Rimrock here. That's probably going to be our turn. There's no way they're blocking with Bell. Then we drop Rimrock and have a reasonable Joust for next turn. The thing I'm really excited about by hearing that there's a new Elbow album out is that maybe Elbow will go on tour and I can actually see them this time. I once bought Elbow tickets, a pair of Elbow tickets from a buddy of mine for $100 and then missed the show because that's how clever I am. Yikes. Serpent. I guess we just try and cleave our way out of this one, huh? Both of them are kill the serpent on cleave. Embercleave isn't a particularly fair magic card in Limited, no. It's pretty aggro of them to try and race. They must have something for the Raiders. What's going on here? Outflank? Outflank isn't enough. Maybe they have 2 outflanks? On the assumption of outflank, I'm gonna get rid of this Gingerbrood up front. Yeah, that could be 2, but if we take out a Gingerbrood, then the outflank is the double outflank is gets them. I'm gonna just go. The red cap's not a knight, so if we joust here, we do get the removal, but not the pump. Flash Knight, do we see that? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna still doing it this way. They showed us two outflanks. Tap, tap. Okay. I like the line, though. We were playing around outflanks. Oh, I said Dionysus, I was excited about the fact that a new Elbow album means usually a new Elbow tour. And if they come to my neck of the woods, I get another chance to see them. I've not seen them live yet. I've heard recordings of their live stuff and love it. And I'm excited about, and I was also mentioning that I actually had tickets to see Elbow live, but then messed up my calendar and just flat didn't go. So instead of seeing Elbow, I set $100 on fire instead. That was my choice that day. All right, now let's try it fast enough. We were gonna go Shriek in, and then we wanted to try Fling for Hat. And Hat, what did you want to take out? I was looking at Raiders. You were suggesting one of the dummies. Maybe one of the dummies is fine. Maybe a Noble, I guess, is a little better than Dummy despite the lack of Knight synergy. No, we can do whatever. This is all on Hat. It's not all on Hat. I want to keep in the Slipper. The Slipper is doing some good things in the matchup. It helps us block Ginger Brutes if we need to, and increasing the power of our Raging Redcap here is no joke either. Need some land, then this hand is sweet. But without some more land, this hand is DOA. Alright, that's great. It's not Oathsworn Knight mana, but it is mana, so I'm not going to complain. We have no plays but our Slipper, so we'll do that. All right, Appa, what else you got? Much better piece of equipment shows up. We don't have anything but the red cap, though, so there it is. C- Hat, C-. Sure smacks of an outflank, huh? Let's go. Let's outflank the outflanker. We could just play the knight and haste it up and leave back the red cap, and then they can outflank all they want. I think I'm gonna do that. We're gonna leave back the... of course, we do have barge in. How about, that's the other thing we could do, is just attack and barge in response to the outflank for a pretty nice chunk of damage. Richard Dawson is the atheist, right? Is that who we're talking about? Mike wants to 4/4 and Slipper. I guess we can do the out, but I'm not going to offer the red cap. We're gonna get him next turn. Richard Dawson, is that what we're talking about? I don't know. I guess I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, yeah. You could have a whole Me Too movement right around Richard Dawson on... All right. All right, let me focus here. Let's not lose. We just joust away the serpent. And then... we wouldn't have cleave. I guess we just cleave again. Can't do cleave. We can't do cleave in any of these, either of these two, though. If we want to set up for Ember Cleave, we can't. Yeah, what if we joust? If we joust the witch, I'm gonna save Embercleave. I like Mike's line. I'm gonna do it this way. And then Barge In is pretty brutal. New Foals is also out. Man, there's a lot of good albums this year. I'm going to go ahead and Barge In for Sicko Damage. Because we have the Embercleave using up all of our red anyway. Thrilling. See what they want to do here. Embercleave is going to be pretty awesome, though. 5 on the Knight, it's a lot of damage. So if they put the Resolute Rider on the Knight, we kind of just win. Huh. Yeah, I'm going to put Embercleave on the red cap, I guess. Unless it kills here. Let's see. If we put it here, it's 5, and we get... oh, no, we just kind of win if we do it here. So we Embercleave onto the Knight, and then it has 10 points of trample, and that's enough, right? Right now we're on track to win, but they have... yeah, I don't think Outflank gets it here, right? Cleave and giggle. Now they're doing the math. Oh yeah, Outflank would have saved him, wouldn't it? But they didn't. They went for the loss instead. We'll take it. Not a particularly fair Magic card, I suppose, but we'll take our 5 wins off it. And a gem grind to boot. Nice. I've only faced Garrick once, I think, and I immediately lost. Yeah, Tron, that worked out. Couple of play errors from me through there, but largely my play was, I think, tighter than usual, I would say. Maybe getting a little tighter at this format, but enough to get the 5 wins. I think I did respin. Yeah, can't spin this, so I did remember to respin. And, ooh, we have an open 10 situation now. Nice. Gosh, didn't we start today with 1 pack? We must have earned a bunch of them from all these other ones. Outflank would have dealt 1 damage to our Knight that was a 5-powered double striker, and it would have made it a 4-powered double striker. So then they would have lived. That feels fun. Didn't exactly... Oh, we got... I actually need Brazen Borrower to fill out my Simic Flash deck. Armor Archon, another mythic. So a couple mythics, including a good one for my constructed needs. I'm going to save this pack, though, and we'll open it later. Can take some questions here, but oops, sorry, that's not what I want. I want this. Hey, everybody. I want to thank Card Kingdom again and remind you that we are in the middle of a charity tournament with Card Kingdom. I'm going to post that link. And for those of you watching on YouTube, you can check the notes for a link to this donation page. Any donations you can throw my way for this charity event would be great. But really what I need right now, more than anything, is contributions from the Discord chat on what decks we're going to build. So... we have to make a modern deck, using only cards from M11, War of the Spark, Dominaria, and World Wake. I believe that means we are either going to play, it means our land isn't great, but that we have I think we're either doing white-blue control or Bant Super Friends. I think either way, we're going to play a bunch of Planeswalkers. And yeah, we got Jace the Mind Sculptor. We have Baby Jace from M11. We have all those Planeswalkers from War of the Spark. But really picking World Wake was about getting Jace the Mind Sculptor and the ETB tapped dual land, the blue Colonnade, Celestial Colonnade is one of the big cards for us there. And also why we should be doing blue-white or blue-white-green. And I put in our Discord a list of notable cards, but I basically need to choose a standard deck and build a modern deck today before the end of the day. And if anybody wants to help and give suggestions or give partial decks in the Discord, that would be fantastic. Yeah, we have Dovin's Veto, we have Mana Leak. So Time Wipe, Mana Leak, Dovin's Veto, and Planeswalkers kind of maybe just says we should just be blue-white because our mana isn't great and we got a lot of quality cards. So yeah, the only question is whether the green is worth adding for some fixing, but maybe not. Yeah, Narset is amazing. We get both Teferis. We have 3 Teferi and Big Teferi. So we don't need win conditions. We have Colonnade and Big Teferi. So we have win conditions. Selfless Spirit is... looks like Eldritch Moon. Stoneforge Mystic does not really have support. I put the equipment we do have, but we didn't get any good equipment for Stoneforge. It's not really that much of a consideration, unfortunately. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'm gonna do some tinkering on that, but if anybody wants to help me out with that, you can communicate via Discord chat, and the constructed chat in Discord is where I'm going to be conducting this discussion. So the deck needs to be built. I need to submit it in 11 and a half hours. I have until the end of the day today, which by Seattle time is about 11 and a half hours from now. I have 11 and a half hours to submit these decks. And I'm leaning Simic Flash for standard because I've been piloting it a lot and feel kind of comfortable with it. So that's my idea there. Yeah, Kefnet is a fine finisher. And yeah, it's I feel best playing it in standard because I get to tell people no, you don't get to do that. The prize, any prize support is going to the children. This is a charity event, so I'm not even really concerned about winning other than my pride. The best here's what I really want. I might even clip this for her, but all right. I've told this before on stream, but I'll tell you all that Melissa DeTora is my Magic nemesis. She is the person I have played a statistically I've played her a lot, and I have literally never won a match against her. Literally, there was one time in R&D where we were split 1-1. And going into game 3 of a play test, and they told us we needed to stop our game and move on to we wanted to test something else. So the best I have done is a 1-1 R&D testing draw with Melissa DeTora. But I have played her testing in R&D. I've played her in the internal Magic Online plate stuff that they do at Wizards, and I've played her casually at pre-release events at Wizards, and I literally never beat her. So I'm kind of hoping we get paired up. I don't think I'm going to end up playing anybody, but I want a redemption shot on camera to take down Melissa DeTora once. Just once. I want to get her once, and this would be a great time to do it. And maybe I can get some pledges like that if I do beat Melissa DeTora, some of you will make some donations that, that are contingent upon me actually winning a match against her for once in my life. She's an amazing player, and I'm a good player too. Part of it's just variance, but it's just one of those things where it's like I cannot believe the number of times I've played her and not taken a match. So that's my big plan, is to find a win against Melissa and raise a bunch of kids, raise a bunch of money for kids. So what do we get if you lose? Well, there was suggestions of like shaving my beard or something, but we can talk about that. We have some time before the actual event, but I need to get a pledges of a certain amount. You know, like if we get, I'll think about this. Maybe I'll set a side goal of like conditional donations that you promise to do if I can beat Melissa, and then if I lose, I'll shave my beard. That could work. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me and hanging out today. I look forward to talking with some of you on Discord as we figure out the final deck list. But yeah, it's going to be fun, going to be interesting, and I really appreciate that Card Kingdom is my sponsor because they demonstrate their community worth by giving back with things like this. So thank you, Card Kingdom, for your generosity, and I hope you all check them out via my affiliate link down below. Let's go find someone to raid, though. Who's streaming today? Got Tupperware, Amazonian. A lot of people on the What's going on the Magic channel? Posting somebody. I'm just seeing a bunch of commercials right now. Oh, French language. Yeah, we'll skip the old French language broadcast. Find somebody else. Definitely not going to Kibler right now. All right, then. Wait, Lord Tupperware is playing on Arena? Better send you there. That's interesting. Let's see what Tupperware thinks about Arena bots. We have a Tupperware Arena sighting. We got to go for that, right? Who's that? What great guy are you talking about, Hat? I'll put Hat on my whatever you're talking about on my list. But yeah, we're definitely going to send to Tupperware now. Tell him hello from me and see how he's doing drafting on Arena. All right. Thanks a lot for hanging. Nice 5-win day, and we'll see you all tomorrow.